Does the bear want to come on?
Yeah, he could. He's right over here.
Okay, there we are. Hey, look at that. I'm figuring out. Kaylee, how are you?
Hey, Kaylee.
We're going to run just a little bit of video here from Imperial or Chase County and give it just a couple minutes and get started.
Greg Russell, but he did elect to keep the hook, so he will set the mark, which we will know what that is momentarily. Again, the light limited superstar class is brought to you by Napa of Imperial.
Guys, we're going to watch this a little bit of video from Chase County over the weekend. We're going to get through this class, and then we'll get things started.
Pennsylvania. Wow.
Out of Minotaur, Nebraska on a 560 Diesel International, he calls Deuces Wild.
Who wouldn't want to hear Kaylee announcing?
I don't know what she's saying. There's a guy from Donovan that I think probably would.
You know it. Two of them, maybe.
Yeah.
Summer Dad. Hey, Maya.
This keeps getting deeper. Keeps getting deeper.
All he needs is my nephew to chime in, and I got the crew on.
Got the whole crew. Yep.
Yeah, the old 6-pack crew.
I don't know if I need to speed this along.
Let's see what you got. Dave, then your mom, and then Ivan. No, your mom was first, wasn't she?
I don't remember.
I will tell you. No, Greg was one. Yeah, we got Dave, then your mom, Ivan, then me.
Oh, and Ivan. No, we probably can't watch all of it then.
Oh, Russell. Yeah, no kidding.
Well, let me see. I'm going to see if I can't skip ahead here a little bit. Hopefully it won't buffer as bad as I think it's going to.
Yeah, your mom was third hook.
Yeah. Oh.
That was tragedy.
See if we can back that up. That was.
Yeah. I'm sure
like
Ivan
Jason
doesn't
trying to
want to
get
see
stuff.
that again.
It was pretty showy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we No bueno.
No, not at all.
We got to watch this and we can keep running. All right. Well, that's probably enough of that. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get the show started. This is Live with Lussetto. We're going to recap and go over the weekend, which for us, at least Dan and I and our Heartland group, we were in Chase County or Imperial, Nebraska Thursday night. Had a honestly very good show, and the national group was in Wisner the same night. They added a third session, which fell on top of this, but we actually ended up with very good numbers there at Chase County. They, and I mean by they, the fair board made an interesting call. They flipped ends with us, and we ran into a fence. You may have seen the fair size sand berm that we did just about like an indoor pulling deal. And to be honest with you, the track is not ever going to be perfect in Imperial, but it was as good as it's probably been in several years. So it was a very, very nice change.
Yeah.
We can run through the results. We're very happy to have like right at 30 hooks, which on our level at the Heartland region, we're very excited about having 30 hooks out west. So I'll get down here to the results. Classic Modifieds, first place Bowtie Binder, second place Bob Pommier, Farmall M, third place William Pfister with one piece at a time, fourth place Byron Pfister, 1468, fifth place Little Red, Bob Pommier, and sixth place Sharon Cooley with Rumor Has It. Pro Stock 4x4, this class out west has been a little hit or miss. We had John Coons with the Dude was the only truck that showed up. So he finished last and first and everything in between. Big Block Economod, Brian Miller. I do believe that's the first time he's driven that tractor, and he drove it to the win. Second place was Oddball Kyle Lussetto. Third place Maria Miller. So she kind of flipped that class a little bit. Maria had been on a heck of a streak there.
Mm-hmm.
3200 Superfield, Jeff McCullough out of Wiggins, Colorado, come out, and very strong tractor. He took the win with Gordon Messberger with Ruffian second and Lauren Hotzen third. Light Limited Superstock, honestly, was one of the best classes of the night. First place was Dan Christensen with the Wanted. Second was Deuce's Wild Dave Todd. Ivan Miller ended up third with that fireball of a run and season-ending run that he had there. Fourth place, Greg Russell, Blueberry Wine. And fifth place, Old Biddy, Linda Lussetto. Our Diesel 3.0 truck, other woman, Ty Pinfold from Sterling, Colorado. Dylan Manuello, gray area, got second. And Fuelless Addiction, Chad Luce, third. Our Light Limited Pro Stock, kind of neat. Hometown guy, Dirk Bowerly, won his hometown pull, so it doesn't happen very often, but it's good for him. He first hook out of the box went 308.15. Second place was John Darnell with 308.03, so it was fairly contested.
Mm-hmm.
Third place, Crazy Horse, Jim Darnell. Fourth place, Linda Lussetto and Arclight. Fifth place, Jeff McCullough. on Chaotic. 6th place, Ivan Miller, Smoking Red, and Tanner Douglas rounded out the 7 tractors at Double Trouble. Light mods, Zach Lussetto, Turbulence, and then Daryl Zimmerman, the Bandit. So, you know, all in all, that ended up being quite a show. Really don't know what else to say. We, you know, banged through that pretty good. And as you guys can see the video in the background, our live stream's getting better and better. We're still plenty of improvements to be made, but it's getting there, you know, and we're very proud of that. So,
yep.
And all for Dallas Todd here, I picked up 2 boxes of programs, so you might have to drive back down to Bridgeport and see me. We'll get you some stuff. So, but yeah, no, that all went good. And I see a guy waiting in the wings here. We got a Chris Banata that we should probably get on here and talk about the Randolph Nationals.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring him on here. So, Chris, can you hear us?
Yes.
All right. So you gotta give me some history and background on the Randolph Nationals, because I can't remember the county, but I hear it's the biggest motorsports event in which county that your buddy Scott
Fremont
says?
County. Fremont County. So honestly,
County. Okay.
It's not the only motorsport in Fremont County, but we aren't going to worry about semantics. I don't know. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was actually longer than that.
How long?
They wanted to have a tractor pull and hit me up, and I couldn't find any place really that could have a pull. So they, unbeknownst to me, hit up my uncle, and he took some crop acres out of production that was right next to the city park, and we built a track there. And then he just plants winter wheat over.
I've heard a lot of stuff from it from Scott. I mean, it sounds like it's been okay. How many years has it been going?
I think this is our 5th or 6th year. And then last year, of course, we had the rain out. So we're just trying to slowly make progress.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Yes.
Certainly was.
Yep. What kind of crowds, or what, I mean, tell us what we can expect when we pull in. Like, how big a town are we looking at here in Randolph?
A couple hundred people. It's pretty small. The first year, I actually found Mike Mason parked down at the elevator trying to figure out where to go. Essentially, all the pullers,
well, Mike got.
They'll pull all the way through town and actually look like you'll go past the city park on the south, and at least those coming from the north, I should say. And you'll hit another county road right outside of town. I believe it is L68 or 330th Avenue. And you'll head south on that, and right behind the houses, there's an entrance for pullers, and it's pretty wide. You can get haulers through there, and just follow your way into the pits.
Very good. And I understand there's beer garden and the whole 9 yards, and
beer garden, food trucks. Yeah, so we've tried a few different things. Scott with Kime Equipment, he donates some bikes and they raffle them off to little kids during an intermission. And we've tried a few different things over the years, just trying to see what would work and help generate some buzz.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe we should go back a little history on you. How long has it been since you pulled?
Oh, I don't know, 7, 8 years probably since I had the 2-wheel drive out last.
And was that a street mod 2-wheel drive then?
Yep.
Okay.
2-wheel drive Ford, street modified, and
doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Yeah, time flies.
Well, and I see you, you're chasing all kinds of sports and kids and all kinds of stuff now.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I decided when Dan ain't looking, I'm just going to start shoving tractor parts in his trailer. And I figure maybe eventually it'll get put together.
Yeah. Maybe
Come on, we'll get it put together.
Maybe you ought to just trade him tractors.
Well, yeah, he might not like that trade though.
Yeah, you got some. I'll tell you what. You got some parts that are pretty near and dear to me because you have a frame and a few pieces from the old Sneaky Snake, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. That is correct. So,
wow, I didn't know that.
Hopefully, someday she'll make an appearance.
Yes. Yep. No, that'd be great.
So, and we're hoping. I didn't realize it, but I think it was Friday night at the National Hook at West Point. There was actually a new two-wheel drive modified truck that appeared up there. That's actually from the next town over. None of us know who it is. I actually questioned if it was a typo until Scott pointed out that going down the bedside is one of our poll sponsors for the poll is also sponsoring that truck. So
really,
hopefully there'll be a new two-wheel drive there too.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. Does Andrew have some questions? Is that where I'm going?
I don't know. Do you, Andrew? You might.
I can only imagine what's going to come out of his mouth. I mean,
Andrew strikes me more of an answer guy than a question guy.
I hear there might be a guest appearance at Randolph by him.
Oh, really?
Possibly.
He must have really liked driving that green iron. I told him it looked good on him.
Yeah, that was. Oh man.
Oh boy.
I don't even know where to go with that one.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one.
That is something else to throw out there. Dan had a pretty darn good night there, hooking with the light super ag at Wisner, coming out Saturday with the 5th place, which is, congratulations to you. I mean, that was up there knocking with some heavy hitters. Yeah,
I was very, very happy with how things went. I think the driver probably could have done some things different, but what do you do? You get a driver out of the basement, and that's what you get.
Oh man!
But no, I was thrilled. Anytime you can go out there and be in the top third of the pack, I'll be happy with that.
Yes, absolutely.
That's 2 years in a row, isn't it?
What's that?
That's 2 years in a row you've shaken it up.
Yeah, I got 3rd and 4th last year, so yeah.
He shook it up a little worse last year because there was some math going on. Holy cow, this guy might be in the contention for a Thunderbolt.
Yeah, you better be careful. You're gonna get them 466s booted.
Yeah, there wasn't too many guys that were happy that little tractor was there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll give him that one.
Yeah. You guys might have to trade tractors or something somewhere down the line.
So I told him he needs to try it at 6,200 and see what it's like versus what we weighed there. So
you bet. Chris, do you have any sponsors or anything you want to thank?
J&T Trucking. There's a number of them, but they're the title sponsor this year. They've went above and beyond. Actually, it's kind of a family affair between the boys' mom helping me put this on. They have several boys. Each boy has his own trucking company, and I think Grandma and Grandpa have a trucking company, and they all have sponsorship. So, without the Ware family, we probably wouldn't be doing this. So.
Yep, and I see we were cruising through. You have a Facebook page, the Randolph Nationals.
Yep.
And my daughter, who's much more computer or literate than me, is trying to put a link on there to it. So
Yep. Out there, we list all the sponsors, so I wouldn't even begin to try and name them all off.
Yeah, it looked like you had a pretty good group.
Okay, he does a good job of listing them on Facebook.
Yeah. We had to up our efforts to pay your salary, so.
Yeah, I'm getting the big bucks. Yep. No, it's that. I'm sure it was quite a change from the past, but
change is good.
We're excited. We're excited to land there, though. And you know, maybe it's just been from the talk between, I mean, everybody from Sweeney on down, you know, or maybe I should Sweeney on up. You know, the guys that have went there have talked about it a lot, you know, and I'm excited to see it myself.
Yeah, I've never been there. Have you been there, Greg?
No, I haven't. I got within 20 miles last year before we turned and headed north to Manila.
Yeah, me too.
Not Manila, but Madison.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Dwayne, the points on the app has been an absolute struggle, as you're probably well aware. Jazz spent most about 3 hours on the phone with Lori, would have been yesterday, getting stuff hammered out of some things that went squirrely in the app. So
no, I was finding places to look.
We're getting close. So, but yeah, so no, I didn't get to go last year. Like I said, I ended up in Madison, which was quite a rearrangement, but hopefully Mother Nature's a little nicer. I'd even take the heat this year.
It's supposed to cool off Saturday, and last I checked, no chances of rain, so fingers crossed.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
What's coming from the out west with the Lussetto crew?
Well, we should have a light limited pro, and we got something behind me in two pieces. We're trying to fix the cause and effect of Wisner's track, I guess you might say, because our clutch it was not up to the task. I'll just tell you like that. So, but we have the parts here, should be going back together tomorrow. So we should have light limited super and a light limited pro. And Dan's coming out with his.
Yep.
So
Janelle's coming out with hers.
We look forward to it.
Janelle's coming out?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
She's actually in the shop working on it right now. So
I'll leave that one alone. Yeah, I bet she has to. Yeah.
No, she really is.
Tell Evan to help a little bit, for God's sakes.
I got him on a toe, so.
Oh, the boss is out working.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
yeah, we should. Any news on the Dolan clan? We've been waiting for some orange tractors patiently.
Pieces and parts are piling up. Hopefully, I think they're looking pretty good. They're going to try and make it. I know.
Good.
I don't know the exact date, but Jerry's birthday usually falls right around the time of the tractor pull. So there's usually some colorful cupcakes that come from northern Missouri for him. But yeah, we're hoping the pumpkins show up.
That would be great. And Terry Mammon, did anybody hear what happened to him? He pulled Thursday in Wisner, and then he split out of there. I didn't, by the time we got there, he was gone. I hope everything's still happy.
Most definitely. And I saw just before I got on here, Mr. Reed got his block back. So hopefully there'll be a white coming at some point in the future, probably next year. But
well, he's got as about as close to home a pull as he could get here next weekend.
Yeah.
It might be a little too quick, but that would be great to see. That class, I'll tell you, that's an exciting part. It's been a little time coming, but the light limited super class is finally getting pretty relevant in my book. If we ever get everybody out at the same time, between Scott's 2 and Dan and my mom's and
Scott's 3.
Yeah, Scott 3. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen 2.
Okay,
I've seen all 3, just never at one time.
Right. I have not seen the 460, but no, either way, if we got 2 of his, 2 of Dolan's, and Mammon and Dan, and we can coax Dave across the North Platte River. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
we're getting there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Dwayne maybe next year with the Moline too.
Yeah, I'm pushing him pretty hard.
Yeah.
So, and
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, my nephew. That's he's getting back. Hey. Mr. Reed, that is where you beg for forgiveness, man. That's not a question you ask. I thought you knew, honey. Yeah. I say that because my wife doesn't watch the show at all. So
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
What kind of crowds do you expect to get there, Chris?
Honestly, you never know. We actually, unfortunately, we've had this date long-standing, and here a few years ago, there was a battle of the bulls, I think they call it, here local. So that kind of split the crowd a little bit. And actually, the first year we had it, it was on Friday night because that was the night we could get a sled. We fought with it was the first high school football game, so we thought we had it made in the shade by moving to Saturday. And just earlier this week, I saw that their first game is non-conference here for the local school, and it's moved to Saturday. So I guess we're going to be fighting bulls and football. So we'll see.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Everyone let the bulls out.
So.
Yeah. For Chris,
I haven't downloaded entries yet.
Like Jazz says, she's got to download entries to, push them to the app, people that have entered. But our 4x4 class has slowly been gaining some steam. Man, I think it was Palmer. We had 7 people.
Yeah.
So, I hope that trend continues. I know Matt Hamada has been damn regular this year, and Bronson has been all over and tied up in a points race. I'm sure he will be there.
Mm-hmm.
We've had even Brian Rumbeck has been in quite a few. He may not travel quite that far for this, but Clint Smeal's local there, and and Jeff Weining's truck out. That was great to see him at Wisner.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Dwayne's still working on his Julie's truck, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's another local guy really for me too, is Chris Slaughter. When they were building that truck, I put a lot of hours of polishing that stupid weight bracket. So
that was your job,
yeah, drink beer and polish. That's all I trust you for.
Yeah. Well, whatever it takes, I guess.
Yep.
And he is local to you guys there?
Yeah, he's probably 10, 15 miles away, I'd say. So outside of Malvern, Malvern's probably his closest hook, and we're probably his second closest. So
yeah,
it's nice to see that truck back out running after a few years.
Yes. Yeah, very good. Is there many other pullers very local to you?
Not too many. I mean,
sorry, I saw that early. That's why I started laughing.
Yeah, maybe.
Getting beat up here a little, Chris.
Yeah. There are a few, not a lot. There's more with the national side. Charlie Miller is over in Creston. Some of the other guys down in northern Missouri. There is a guy that owns like a CarQuest or something over in Clarinda. He's shown up a few times. He has a Light Limited Pro tractor, and I think our poll 3 or 4 years ago is the last time I saw it out. It's a Gold Hood 1066. So
it's not. Oh shoot! There's a couple of them, like a father and son. Kent England, and
that's not who I'm thinking of. But yeah, I think they're kind of over in this area too, not too far. There's a couple PPL guys that aren't too far too. They've shown up before, but when it was the old group.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'll continue to reach out to some of these guys. Generally, I've been sending text messages to light limited pro guys. And I guess if there's anybody out there, I've talked to a couple guys already at Wisner, but if there is anybody out there still running a precision charger from the old outlaw days, we are allowing those to hook this season with, at our regional level. That is something that the main outlaw group went to 3x4 smooth only. But if there's some guys sitting and want to hook, we'd be more than happy to have you.
Absolutely. The more iron, the better, the way I look at it. So,
yes. Yeah, it's good to hear from Mark Crowley. I hope everything's going well with him. He had a little medical stuff interrupt his season.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been down here before, him and Aaron and the whole crew from up there really came down the first year or two. So yeah, they all got pretty good running stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And David or Mr. Reed, you talking about Brad Lundell? Is that the Johnny B. Good tractor?
Yep.
Only thing I think that would probably stop him is I think he's mired in a points race.
Yep.
Fortunately, he'll probably be heading to Madison that same night. And that Dwayne, I got to put this up here. And Dwayne brings up a good point for the people out there. If you have a national membership or any kind of outlaw membership, that is good with our deal. You don't have to pay anything extra. Just come in and pay a hook fee. It's just like the old days with NTPA, with the state members and national members, that membership's good both places. So, yeah. And the rock sled, or do you know which sled's coming?
The little red one.
The Red Rock? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And when I first talked to Gary, he was kind of unsure. I guess one of the sled operators, I don't know if it's one of his or one of Vaughn's, is getting married this weekend, that day.
Is that what the deal is? Okay.
Yep. So there's going to be a little bit of a sled operator shortage, but he had told me it was late enough in the season. He had a guy that he was going to try and bring along and show the ropes to and get him operating the sled this season. And he thought that was late enough in the day or the year that he would be able to run things. So
sure.
So we're going to go with that. And then I don't know if that one or if it's the other one of them's going out to State Fair, I think, the next day.
Yeah, that's still up in the air on what all is going to the State Fair, because there is talk of the outlaw sled or Kevin Bauer being there. I do believe the rock sled will be there either way. Yeah. And potentially Red Rock if Kevin can't make it. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be a nice trip. They can just continue on and head down I-80 there. How far off of I-80 are you?
Oh, we're about, I'm going to say 30 minutes south of I-80, Council Bluffs, Omaha area on I-29.
So I got to ask this. Like I said, I was almost there last year, but you go on I-80, then do you go south on 29?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
South on 29, you can either get off at Glenwood, which is the Highway 34 exit, or keep going south to the Bartlett exit and cut into Tabor. And we're just about 10 miles south of Tabor, south and east of Tabor.
Okay. Yeah, and Gerald, that'd be great for a sled operator if you didn't have one other brother getting married this weekend. He's not even going to be around. Thought Janelle was working.
She was.
Must be like me polishing the weight bracket cover.
Yeah. 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 Oh, mercy.
Busted.
I think she heard that. They're
yeah, she did. We're in trouble.
Chris, I got to holy cow. It looks like you have been polishing something.
I know. Do you like my hands?
She fell down in the yard.
Yeah. I got to ask Chris Rusnick's question. So if you got a chance to drive something, anything, anywhere, what would you drive and what venue?
Oh, that'd be a hard one. I would say probably one of the Big Deer Pro stocks. That'd be pretty cool. That sound. Several years ago, we went down to Mound City and listened to all the ones from out east, and it's a whole nother animal. I mean, the men are cooler.
That inch of charger matters.
Yeah. So it'd probably be one of those. A close second would probably be 3-charger alcohol tractor.
Yeah. I wonder what those Pro stocks sound like under the helmet.
Think somebody'd let us find out?
No, not me.
I don't think my checkbook will cover just the warm-up fees.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, if they'll take a check, you could always bounce, Chris. Be too late after you already had the experience.
True.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I might.
Dan, be worried if you feel bear paws on your shoulders.
Yeah. The grubby hand or the bear paw. I don't know what scared me worse there.
So I haven't fixed my nose
I
yet.
need some Well, we would tell it. You'd leave a trace. I need some explanation here, but this Tammy Pfister, is that relation to Dwayne?
That's his sister.
And is she out there at near the Sublimity Harvest Fest?
Yeah, it's right in their back door. Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
go.
well,
I would love to go.
I'm generally game to go anywhere, but I'm tired, man. It's been a long season.
I bet Jazz would want to go. She looks like she's ready to go. We can make an all-girls trip, Jazz.
Oh, yeah. Lord.
What about Greg and I?
Well, you guys could come along too. Boys could be allowed.
I'm not
Maybe
sold
you could just go
yet.
watch and not have to take everything.
I'm trying to picture Greg with a wig.
I don't know, man. I the only thing I can think of right there is Meisinger's hat. He doesn't really need it as bad as I do, man. Yeah.
Oh, was it fun, Dwayne?
Oh, it was, yeah. I would love to go. You see the crowds; it's awesome.
That's interesting. I saw pictures, and I followed it before Dwayne went. But yeah, it is kind of an interesting deal, and the sleds are interesting out there. You know, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, pulling tractor pull and monster trucks and all that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a little old school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, one thing else I got to talk about too. There's been some discussions, and then also what went on at Palmer where we threw in the cast lights, or the light super ag, they call it now. There's some rumblings of some 4-1s wanting to stay closer to home. There's some exciting things in the works for our Heartland region. You know, that and this kind of got brought back up when you start talking about 3-charger alcohol. Man, Pasota has got some stuff figured out. That old girl's running again, which has been a great addition.
Absolutely.
Yes, it has.
And just good to see him back out again and back to his old glory, I guess, maybe.
Yep. And hopefully Rick will get his figured out soon.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you know, they made a respectable pass at Ashton early in the year. and something went south on them. But man, that's a nice looking tractor, and that's the other half of Von Jurgen's stuff too, correct?
Yep.
With new hoods on it.
In retrospect, I should have just taken him a rear end and transmission and brought back a whole tractor, but
yeah,
it was already in parts by that point. So
yeah.
So just for clarification, then, so are monster trucks like the big monster trucks, not like racing?
No, like
not
big
like pulling trucks, like the big ones.
Yeah,
yeah, like Bigfoot and that stuff. They actually, you know, honestly, when I was 12 years old or in that neighborhood, monster trucks really started getting their foothold in amongst the pulls.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You know, it was really interesting to see because, and we spent a winter. We pulled 2 or 3 times up in Billings, Montana, and oh Lord, I can't think where Montana State is. Bozeman. And we got to see Barefoot and Bigfoot and a bunch of that stuff all in the early days, and it was just kind of a small addition to what was just a pull with a monster truck. And I think later on it got switched around to monster trucks with a little bit of pulling.
So that's what I did.
Yep.
Fast forward, and it's monster trucks and no pulling. So kind of crazy how that kind of got rolling.
Yeah.
So, well, I tell you, Chris, you got me excited saying it's going to cool off a little bit. You know, I don't want to see it rain, but we suffered a little Saturday night at Wisner. I'm sure the crowd and stuff, it had to be brutal.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I should bring some IV bags with me.
Yes.
Seriously, an IV start kit.
It's not supposed to be.
Well, we might need that for Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's a whole different dehydration, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if there's a birthday party, I'm guessing we're supposed to spend the night, maybe.
Whose birthday?
Hey, you know, there's been more than one person park semis in my driveway, or just stay in the pits.
Yeah, that'd be preferable to me. Only problem is we got to get rolling because, you know, the state fair, I should throw that out there because the state fair is that next day after
5 o'clock, 5 p.m.
I think so, isn't it? Like 4 p.m. or sign in.
It's 5 p.m.
Check the national side.
Yep, and we'll have 4 classes of Heartland there. Naturally aspirated 2-wheel drive, light limited super stock, classic mods, and the 32 super field. And then I'll screen back over to the other side of the app. National side will have 4-wheel drive, light mods, light limited pro, light super ag, says national 2-wheel drive or NA 2-wheel drive, and super farm. And Dwayne, as far as I know, the entrance is the same as it was last year. And we do have cards. Everybody does have cards, you know, make sure you have those handy because that is another place that they check those pretty close. If you don't have cards, please holler at us and we'll make sure that we have them there for you. Or if you are a one-time hook coming to the state fair, you know, please give us a heads up. We'll get your name on a list. The gate people,
we're super great.
You know, I don't know what you want to say about the no, shoot, the Pro Stock 4x4 is also on the Heartland side. Is it not on the app?
I haven't done. Oh my God, you got to go.
You know, that's a mixed bag. These security people, they got a job to do to check that stuff, and you know, as long as we've been decent with them, they've been very.
You got to go right there to see the classes. Nobody has signed up yet.
Yeah, Jeff,
it's not there.
There is Pro Stocks there. I just did not read it, so I apologize for that.
They are there.
You know, if we are a little proactive with the cards and work with those people, they've been super nice. Yeah, Jeff, I screwed that up. That's just all on me. So yeah, we'll have to, Dan, make sure Dan doesn't oversleep and not make the state fair.
Oh, I'll have 3 alarm clocks with me, so.
No, they'll just drive in and then take a nap.
They have this new alarm clock called Clocky.
I've got 3 kids that are going to be with me. That's enough of an alarm clock. And they're not my kids.
3 kids?
Yeah, that's where, I don't know if you've heard, but the old nickname Summer Dad is stuck because it's like Dan and his roadies.
Yeah.
Except for they will be his roadies at State Fair.
Yeah.
So is that Andrew, Tristan, and Golda? Is that his 3 kids?
That would not be a good combo in a truck together.
Yeah, that could get Western.
Real fast.
No, he's talking about Kaylee and
Maya and
Maya. I don't know if she's allowed to go with you anymore, but Maya and
Knowles.
Knowles.
The only one that's related to me.
We do have a Knowles sighting.
Really? Hey, there he is. That is weird, Knowles.
That is good. Good job, Knowles.
Way to make it weird, Knowles.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Maya,
got 2 going with me.
Council Bluff is almost attached to Nebraska.
Yeah.
You can't call Council Bama part of Iowa.
Called Council Bama. So who claims it?
Carter Lake? I don't know.
I have not heard it called Council Bama. I thought somebody's called it Council Tucky.
Yeah, I've always heard it called Council Tucky.
Well, that is one version too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dwayne. I've missed breakfast the last few times.
No, you didn't. You were going to bed during breakfast.
I was going to bed when he was getting up to make breakfast.
Who's the big bearded man?
The Chris.
There's one of the pumpkin masters.
Yeah. Get them rolling.
So Andrew
would go help Dad, then maybe they would be there.
As I say, status check there, Andrew. Where are we at?
I thought he said one was running.
I think it is.
The diesel, I think, was the closest, the way it sounded last time. Because it was, I think, real close for West Point and that group.
And I think he got the parts for the alcohol tractor, but
you know what he was missing?
Lots.
No,
he had some parts, I think, on order for a while and to change some stuff up, and those came in. So I think he's taking a big hammer to it.
Well, and I always give Dolan a hard time, but where he's trucking and on the road and stuff, it's got to be hard to get home and try to get stuff fixed. And, he's probably gone most of the week and pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah. And
now, is Jerry's tractor the alcohol, or how did that get split up?
Originally he ran the diesel, then when he got the alcohol, just because the diesel was more set up and Andrew was starting, he had Andrew driving the diesel. So I think there's times he really misses the diesel too, though.
Oh, they are running.
Ooh.
That's good news.
Hey.
That's plural.
Good.
Yeah, we know our English, huh?
Yeah.
I know French really well.
I bet you do.
Well, good. I hope to see 2 pumpkins there then.
That'd be great.
Yes, it would. Make for a good class.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that class, that couple years ago, we got them all lined up. I think that was before Dan's tractor was done, and Don had his, and Dwayne had his.
The older, yeah.
And, it was kind of like the Skittles handbasket there, so.
I have to ask, Chris, who on your flyer, you have a 460 or 560 diesel. Whose tractor was that?
That's actually Josh Harrington from down in Missouri.
Oh, wow. There's a name I haven't heard for a few days.
Yeah, he actually came up. He was the first winner of the Light Limited Superstock. We didn't know he was coming. You create a Facebook event. You just invite everybody, in 6 states and hope they come. And I happened to look over, and here's a tractor I had never seen pulling into the pits, and that's who it was. He decided he was coming up, and put on a clinic. So I think
That's
he had
awesome.
some problems a couple of years ago, and he's got that 3 Charger tractor. So, and he's chasing little kids also. So, yep, that picture is actually of him, Matt Randolph.
Awesome.
So what's the track like there?
Oh, it's getting better each year. I think it's a cornfield. It was a cornfield, you know, and it's been planted wheat the last several years. So it's just black dirt, but it's all river bottom. So we're trying this year not to add as much water, because the first year we added water kind of all week because we were worried about it, and then it kind of drizzled, misted all day, and it got so wet and muddy that we actually had to get a road grader and cut a new track an hour before the bowl. And then last year, of course, we had the rain out. So every year as the sun goes down, the water starts coming up, and then it gets tackier and tackier. So there's been, I know Joe Schmeel's parked it in my uncle's cornfield before. There's been a couple of years where people have been up in the field. So,
well, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
I think one of the Kano, Dwayne might remember. I think maybe one of the Kano mods did it one year too. So it's not the best, but without making it a permanent track, it's kind of all we can do.
Sure. Well, and I'll tell you what, the track building, I don't know what you want to say. That's always such a tough deal, because generally when you get done or at the end of the night, it's pretty easy to tell what you messed up. And there'll always be something, you know. And if you had a crystal ball, we could do it perfect, but it's just not possible.
Yep. And honestly, my biggest thing over the years was I hated going certain directions west of here, and the further west you went, it would just get dustier and dustier, like they didn't have any water.
Yeah.
And you know, I grew up on clay tracks, and running a 2-wheeler, I liked having the grip and traction there, not just pulling on powder. So
yes,
you know, so that's what we aim for. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out, but everybody's got to pull on that same track. So,
yes, yeah. Well, this is going to lead into another discussion. Man.
Oh yeah, we can't talk about that one on the air.
That's
rabbit hole.
It's an old baseball nickname. That's where we'll leave it.
Okay. Is there any improvements that you'd like to, like, if money and time wasn't an issue, that you'd like to see at the venue there in Randolph?
Oh, sure. I mean, the last, I don't know, 10 years, they've been doing a lot of work at the park and redoing things with the ball diamond. There's been a ball diamond there since, honestly, ever since I can remember, since I was a little boy. Some of the playground equipment's still there from when I was a little kid. But they've put a lot of time and effort and money into renovating the park and getting the ball field back going so the local school can use it, some of the younger elementary kids. And but I'd like to see some more lights, you know, possibly lights for the ball field, but also facing back towards the track. So we just had to have less portables, because that's less noise that the crowd has to deal with, better audio system.
For sure.
But it's hard to justify for one night a year.
Yes. No, I know. But yeah. But I'll tell you what, you look at that's one thing that struck me over the weekend at Wisner, you know, because to be honest with you, it's probably a similar setup in that being in a park. And you look at the work those people have continued to do. When you get a group effort like that and really people put into it, it's amazing what can be done.
Yep.
You ought to see the skyboxes they put up this year. To me, that looks like that's going to be a game changer. I don't know. I would be curious if anybody else has those. I mean, me personally, I've never seen you know, the skybox is like what they put up, and it looks like it could be one heck of a sponsorship deal.
Yeah.
It's like a VIP area on steroids.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
It was good.
Yeah, Dan got to go up there and hang out with some of the cool kids. So
They probably were cool and air conditioned.
well, they weren't air conditioned. They were just up high and great view. You know.
Yeah. You were high enough. You got a breeze. It was nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So no, but even on your, you know, your smaller level, you talk about the stuff, you know, the city's doing or you know, what they're doing. It sounds like, so that's why I'm excited to see the venue. You know, I've heard so many stories, and it just sounds like a neat place.
Yeah. I think I hope it can live up to the hype of Sweeney and Scott, you know, but we'll see. They're big talkers.
I've heard it more.
Scott Walker? No.
Well, he hasn't met Sweeney, has he?
No.
I don't think I have.
Okay.
Yeah, you ask your driver from last weekend about Sweeney.
Oh,
the Croc Master.
Maybe I have met him. I'll ask.
He was in Wisner maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago.
He's got a tractor, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's from Maryland. He took it back to Maryland.
I've met him. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
never spent any time with him, but I've heard stories.
Scott's breezy, but man,
Sweeney takes it to a whole new level.
Sweeney is like a wind tunnel, man.
Yeah, one year when he was living down here, we went to a tractor pull not too far away. He had his regular cab Super Duty, so it was me and him and his son, who was probably 9-10 at the time, riding over. And, you know, we had to stop and get ice for his intercooler because everything had to be intercooler. And we were running late. And next thing you know, we pull into this town. And we ended up in the middle of the parade get to the tractor pull. And all the kids are looking and waving. And then all of a sudden kids are like, "Where's our candy?" And we're like, "We're not here for the parade." And they're booing us. And Sweeney was one of a kind.
He still is.
That is true.
I hope. The little one looks like he's following the footsteps a little bit, though.
Yeah. He definitely is. So wow. He's a unique animal.
Yes. Yes. Dwayne asked if the car show is still on Main Street.
Not this year. Actually, I think, you know, just we're a small enough town. It was getting harder and harder to get people to volunteer, and they kind of did away with the big citywide celebration. They had a car show here probably a month or so ago, but so now it's just down to the tractor pull.
Is there any help that you'd like to thank? I mean, is there other people that are pretty instrumental to making this happen? So I know your uncle, you said, provided the grounds, and
Yep, my uncle. You'll see the big brick house right behind where the sled sits. That's my uncle's house. It was actually my grandparents' house. And then Brian and Teresa Hardy. This was kind of their brainchild of wanting to put on a pole for down here. Mark Crom, he does a lot of dirt work and loans us his equipment to help build the track, and his skid loader. We owed him a skid loader door from a few years ago. It got busted out. It's full. So, you know, there's a number of people from the volunteer fire department being there, hookers, unhookers. There's some local guys that help the Johnson family that comes up, and they do the packer and scraper every year. So lots of different people, but those are several of the main ones.
Yep. Oh, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, it's coming up. We're only, what, a few days away?
Yes, sir.
So I'm very, like I said, very excited and ready to, I'm ready to make the trip again across the country or the state here again, I guess. Dan's probably included in that. We've seen Nebraska, I don't know how many times.
Several.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, absolutely. We've toured most of it this summer, so.
Yeah. I'm up to 8,000 miles, so.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I was thinking about adding that up the other day.
I'm just saying, when I ran a club, I gave an award for who traveled the most miles, Greg.
I like that idea.
I'm a little worried that I'd finish second, though, because I don't know. Dan's got 100 miles. Well, yeah, probably, but Dan is a little west of me, you know, and I guess that could be. That would be. I'm probably going to be doing that tonight, just going back through and figuring all that stuff out. But
yeah, and that's not bringing my truck home every time.
Oh, so you're just 8,000 on the truck?
Yeah, on the truck. That didn't count my pickup.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because my truck's 330 miles east of me right now.
I don't. Did it stay out at Meister's then, or?
No, the farm, family farm.
It's 330. Oh, geez. I guess you're 100 west of me.
Yep, 332 to the yard.
Well, I'm going to have to go get on the maps and check this deal out.
Competition's on.
Oh, absolutely. I just know what I put in the truck for fuel, and it hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But, oh, well. Well, I guess, you got anything else to add, Chris?
No, we're looking forward to seeing everybody and having a good night. Hopefully the weather cooperates this year.
One last maybe other question. Does Scott Walker stick around, or does he go home?
He's stuck around every year, but this year I guess the kids are starting school, so he's got to take them home because he's going to the state fair or something. I don't know. I tried to get him at least to leave Pops with me to drink, but I don't know.
I can get him to the state fair.
Exactly.
Yeah, catch a ride.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, you got anything else?
Got any questions on the poll? Get a hold of Chris or Scott, I'm guessing. Scott Walker.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. Scott helped name it, so he can answer questions too.
Yeah.
I'm
put his number on the flyer.
The trip.
Yes. And just a quick deal. It's tentative here, but we are working on trying to get our end of the year banquet that first weekend in November, unless something changes. Due to availability and that will be 2 weeks before the Outlaw meeting.
Where at?
Probably in the Kearney area.
That's good.
Because we try to get something in the middle, because, I mean, Scott has to drive a ways no matter what we do, No. And so does Dan. So those two are kind of on the opposite ends of our little group here. So, but you as well. So we're shooting for that first weekend in November, and backup plan will be the second weekend. And then we're hoping we get a pretty good turnout of our Heartland guys. I'd love to see a few extra guys head down to the Outlaw meeting down Lake of the Ozarks. Don't let the trip intimidate you, as it should. It's a trip.
I'm going.
But man, once you get there, it's well worth it. My kids had a blast. There's all kinds of stuff for the kids to do, and
I'm there.
So Dan, if you want to bring your kids,
I could do that, I guess.
I choked him up so bad he froze up there.
Yeah, you got me there. Oh.
Yeah, very good. All right, well, guys, we're going to call this a night. We'll be looking forward to next week. Get the rundown of what happens here at both Randolph and the State Fair, and can't believe it's going to be winding down. We got two more hooks after this weekend, and we'll be closing the door on 23 and start working on. Well, we're already working on 24. So all right. Well, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you coming on and throwing Sweeney under the bus and Scott a little bit.
Always love to throw them two under the bus.
And Dan, as always. So, well, thank you guys. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week.
We'll see everybody this weekend.
All right. Thank you.
Guys.
Make sure I push enough buttons here.